What's good, Winter Circle? Welcome back to another video. What's good? Now imagine that you live in a town in 1692 and in the middle of the night you hear your neighbor's daughter screaming. She's screaming, hollering. She can't sit still. Her parents don't know what's going on with her. And then your entire neighborhood decides to turn on you, right, and accuse you of being a witch. No proof, with no type of evidence at all, just moving off pure fear. That was life during the Salem Witch Trials. This is what happens when people's paranoia turns into people getting executed. So tonight, for y'all Winter Circle, I am going to break down the truths, the myths, and everything in between. So sit tight. So let me set the scene for y'all Winter Circle. Picture this: Salem, Massachusetts in 1692. In a Puritan colony. Super duper strict. You really couldn't do nothing. Couldn't dance, sing, or have any type of individuality. If you step out of the norm in any type of way, they instantly suspect you as being a witch. Fucking crazy. Listen, y'all, folks believed that Satan walked among them. That's how crazy it was. Just super overly religious town. And on top of that, they were dealing with smallpox outbreaks. Also, the natives of the land were raiding their land, which is that's not your land. It's technically their land, so you know what I'm saying. I ain't too mad about that. They were also dealing with political instability and just wars over land and money and just a whole bunch of just dumb shit. It was like a pressure cooker, y'all. All it needed was one spark to explode. That spark came in 1692 with Betty Parris and Abigail Williams. These two girls started having mysterious fits. They were screaming, barking. Like a dog, man. And just like twisting their bodies in ways that no one could explain. One local doctor did say, hey man, like this is not a medical issue. This is witchcraft. And just like that, with him saying that one statement, here come the accusations. First three women that were accused were Tituba, and she was a native woman, an enslaved native woman. And let me specify that. Enslaved native woman. Sarah Good, who was a homeless beggar. And also Sarah Osborne, who was just a woman who never went to church. She didn't care to go to church. She was sick. She was just there, you know. Do y'all notice a pattern, Winter Circle, with those three women? Let me give you a second. Listen, what I noticed was all three of those women are vulnerable. Women who couldn't have had any power during this time whatsoever, and typically they will go for the ones who couldn't fight, who couldn't speak up for themselves, who just had nobody to back them, because nobody was sitting there yet accusing the mayor's wife. Not yet. We're gonna get there. After that, man, shit just spread like fire. So many more girls joined in. We're talking about Ann Putnam Jr. First of all, Junior, whatever. Mercy Lewis, goddamn Elizabeth Soon. Neighbors accusing neighbors. You got family rivalries. You took my land. You took my man. Just a whole bunch of just chaos. And by the end of this, over 200 people were accused of witchcraft. The courts even allowed for something called spectral evidence, which means if you saw someone's ghost or spirit in your dreams, that counts as proof that that person is a witch. My fucking goodness. Typically, confessing usually meant survival. Denying, off with your head. So basically, you just had to be like,
yeah, I'm a witch, but I want to give my life to God. I want to give my life to God. I don't want to be a witch no more.
But if you was like, I'm not a witch. I am not a witch. I am not a witch. They gonna hang your ass. In May 1962, they created a court called the Court of Oyer and Terminer just for the witch trials. The very first execution was Bridget Bishop on June 10th. After that, it just did not stop. 19 people were hanged. One man, Giles Corey, was pressed to death under heavy stones. Heavy stones, yeah. He refused to enter a plea deal. You know what his last words were, though? He did on some gangster shit, y'all. He did some gangster shit. His last words were, more weight. Fuck, nigga. Yeah, I'm saying. More weight, bitch. Put some more weights on there. And at least 5 more people died, y'all. Sadly. From being in filthy prisons and also dealing with starvation and disease. And if that was not bad enough, they also started accusing dogs. No bullshit. They also started accusing the animals. At least 2 dogs were killed for being accused of being bewitched. I just think, just imagine your dog doing what a dog do. Barking, scratching his little booty against the carpet, and somebody come in there, your neighbor come in there and being like, that's a witch, that's a witch, that is a witch. Like, what the fuck? Salem was definitely not okay in the fucking head. Most of the people in Salem had lost their damn minds. Now let's clear up some myths that people still believe about Salem today. Myth number 1. The witches were burned at the stake. That is not true. Yes, burning of witches did occur, but that was mostly in Europe. But in Salem, specifically, they were all hanged. Myth number 2. It was only women who were affected. That is also not true. At least a quarter of men were also accused of being witches. Myth number 3. It was all moldy bread, right? It was all moldy bread. This comes from the ergot poisoning theory in the 1970s. So, listen. Yes, ergot can cause hallucinations, but it doesn't explain the political dramas, the land grabs, the people just being greedy bitches and just beefing over nothing. And also, certain families were way more targeted than others. So just keep that in mind. The plain old truth about Salem. It was very messy. Alright. People were greedy, jealous. And they wanted your land. If somebody wanted your land, all they had to do was say, hey, you're a witch. Accuse you of being a witch. Then boom. I own your land now. I want to be very clear. It wasn't demons or just some haunted bread. People being greedy. People being selfish. People being overly religious. And just being just fucked up individuals, to be honest. By 1693, the hysteria started to die down. Even the governor's own wife had got accused. He was just like, you know what? Well, y'all taking it a little too far now. Y'all taking it a little too far with the accusations. Not my damn wife. So, Governor William Phipps dissolved the court, banned spectral evidence, and started freeing the prisoners. But look, it wasn't until 1957 that Massachusetts officially apologized. That was 260 years later. Now, as a Black American who ancestors endured slavery and we have yet to get a formal apology or even any type of financial restitution, I understand. I always say, man, legal doesn't always mean right. Remember that, Winner Circle. That is it for today's video, Winner Circle. I do got a question for y'all. If you were back in Salem, would you have survived? Would you have confessed to stay alive? Or would you be like, hey, I'm going down swinging. I don't give a damn. I'm not meant to be no witch. I know I ain't no witch. Y'all folks are crazy. Comment below. But if you enjoyed the video, Winner Circle, make sure you go down below, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Winner Circle. And also tune in to tomorrow's episode of Finesse Fright Month. Love y'all, Winner Circle. I appreciate y'all. And I'm going to catch ya in the next video.